Hey guys, welcome back. Chris and Randy here with Marksman Shooting Sports and WeBuyGuns.com in Westfield, Indiana with another unboxing video. I have quite a bit more to get through today, so without further ado, let's jump into it now. All right, Chris, first up, we have one from a customer in Michigan. Thank you very much for sending this in to us. What we have here is a Colt Match Target Competition H-bar. That's a mouthful. If you guys saw the weekly used gun review video from last weekend, go check it out if you haven't. We actually had a pre-ban Colt AR-15 H-bar in that video. This is a ban era. The quickest way you can tell is it does not have a muzzle device or a threaded muzzle. So, during the so-called assault weapons ban of 1994, you cannot have evil features or more than a couple evil features such as a pistol grip, a bayonet lug, or a threaded muzzle. So you had to get rid of some of them on your rifle if you wanted to have others. Colt elected to go for a pistol grip, so they got rid of the bayonet lug and the threaded muzzle. Other guns during this era might have a thumb hold stock that keep the threaded muzzle or the bayonet lug and so on and so forth. So that is effectively what this is. Now, still a more retro Colt AR-15, but being during the ban era, not having those features on it, makes them a little bit less collectible. H-bar is heavy barrel, so the barrel profile is this same thickness all the way throughout, making it a heavier profile, but really good for target or competition shooting, bench rest shooting or whatnot. The government had the government profile barrel, as the name would suggest, which was tapered down underneath the handguard, giving it a lighter profile. Very interesting rifle. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, it's got a few marks on it, Chris, but considering the age of it, I would say very good.
I would agree with that. It is in sort of A4 configuration with the removable carry handle, A2 stock, A2 grip, A2 sort of ribbed stock or handguard, if you will. So something like this might be cool to thread and put a muzzle brake on it or something, or just leave it as it is as a ban era Colt. So very cool. Big thank you to our customer from Michigan for selling this one to us. We'll move on to the next one. All right, next up we have one from the same customer in Michigan. Big thank you again for selling these to us.
Barrel is good on the inside.
Okay, so what do we have there?
We have here is a Remington 870 Express and 16 gauge, Chris.
Ooh.
Which I've never seen an Express 870 and 16 gauge. The Remington 870 rock solid. It's, as people know, my go-to shotgun. Have several of them, and they're just, in one word, reliable, Chris.
The Remington 870 or the Mossberg 500 have both been sort of vying for that title of sort of the rugged, do-everything, inexpensive shotgun. 870s have been used by a lot of police departments. As Randy said, just a rugged, do-everything shotgun at really not an expensive price, although the 870 has been offered over the years in a huge different variety of different packages, barrel lengths, different gauges. So anyway. Very cool. What do you think about the condition there?
Yeah, again, it's got a few marks on it, Chris, but I would say other than that.
Yeah, it's kind of got some scratches here on the receiver.
And you can see them out here. I would say the high end of good, maybe the very low end of very good.
Yeah, I would say at the high end of good is probably where I would be. Customers are very good. It's close enough, you know. And again, we have pictures, so I remember actually the shotgun, I remember seeing those scratches, so that's all been factored in. So anyway, again, big thank you to our customer in Michigan for selling us these. We'll move on to the next one.
All right, Chris, next up we have one from a customer in Tennessee. Thank you for sending this in to us. Let's see what's inside. You know what Brian Adams said? Cuts like a knife, but it feels so right.
Okay. Start here with the Beretta. 92 FS. This is a 92 FS. 92 FS is the flagship, quintessential Beretta pistol. Lethal Weapon series, used all different video games, Hollywood, and of course made famous by its adoption by the United States military in about 1982, replacing the venerable 1911 pistol for military service. Chambered in 9mm, has a 15-round detachable double-stack magazine. It is a double single-action handgun with a decocker safety. The 92 FS was the commercial variant. It was essentially the same thing as the militarily adopted type classified M9, except the M9 had the snowman sights, these had the 3-dot. I think that was one of the only differences between the two, unless I'm mistaken. Since then, Beretta has come out with the A3, the A4 series as well, so, and the, what is it, the A1 with the rail on it. So, interesting pistols, have been around for a long time, rugged, reliable, but that's basically it. What do you think about the condition of that one? And that one's got 3 magazines, 3 17-round mags. The original capacity was 15 in a holster. Does not have the hard case, but has the outer sleeve and manual.
A little bit of wear in the barrel, probably holster wear. The rest of it looks very good. I would go with very good, Chris.
Let me see that again. Yeah, it's a little bit of wear on the barrel. A lot of that's going to happen from slide reciprocation. Remember, the side assembly is going to rub across the top of the barrel. So that's kind of unavoidable. Still, I would go with probably very good condition with that understanding. Customer said excellent. That's totally fine. Not going to take off any points for normal wear from you. Very cool pistol. So we'll move on to the next one over there.
Yep.
Okay, XD. The XD from Springfield, actually from HS Product, comes out of Croatia and first came in as the H2000, I think. It was an imported surplus pistol that was used by the Croatian military, just like this exact form factor. Now, Springfield, in a stroke of marketing genius, went overseas, hooked up with HS Product. They brought in the pistols, but with Springfield roll markings, bumped up the price by about 50% and couldn't keep them in stock. When the HS Product H2000s were the exact same gun, coming in as surplus at half the price, nobody seemed to want them. But now the HS Product H2000s are demanding quite a premium on the market, as you don't really see them anymore with their original roll markings. Springfield has since come out with the XDM and XD Mod 2. This is the first generation. There's nothing wrong with it. Excellent pistols, double action, or I'm sorry, striker fire, but a double stack pistol. This one is in 9mm. What do you think about that one? Original box with 3 mags? 2 mags. 3 mags. And this is an older box too.
Normal wear on top of the barrel. There's a little bit of wear there, maybe from putting in and out of a holster. I would say probably very good.
I agree, and that is what the customer said, so we are good there. IWI 941, yeah, 941 steel frame, are known as the Jericho. The 941 was actually adopted by a lot of Israeli police forces. It uses a lot of the similar design features as the CZ Model 75. So the slide sits down inside the frame, giving it a very low bore axis, which leads it to having really good recoil control, low muzzle flip, but it does have a very narrow profile slide like the CZ75. Now this is in the steel frame compact. They make this in a little bit larger size, known to some as the Baby Eagle. They also have made them in the polymer frame version, but this is probably the most popular, the compact with the steel frame. This is what the Israeli police, I don't know if the IDF ever adopted the 941, did they? Did they? I don't know.
It was just police.
Yeah, it's probably just police use. I'll have to double check on that. But this is the configuration it was adopted in by Israeli police. They had them in the sort of stainless finish as well. So very cool pistols. What do you think about that?
This one looks very nice, Chris. I would say excellent condition.
That's what I was thinking. It looks similar to new. So that is what the customer said. So again, very big thank you to our customer in Tennessee for selling us these. We'll move on to the next one. All right, next up we have one from a customer in Nebraska. Big thank you for selling these to us.
I like the looks of that.
Shop towels. Look at that.
Oh yeah, those are good
Oh
ones.
yeah.
They smell
Those are
good.
really good.
Got
ones.
this?
What's that? No. They actually smell freshly laundered. Kimbers. All right. Very nice. Kimber. Do they pronounce this Rapide or Rapide? Rapide, right? Who knows?
I'm not sure.
Okay, so the Rapide or the Rapide, depending on how ethnic you would like to sound, is more of a performance style 1911 from Kimber. Kimber has been out with 1911s for quite some time. They started off as a custom shop. Now mostly what they do is production, assembly line type production or manufacturing, not dissimilar to Ruger, Smith & Wesson, Springfield. They still have a little bit of a higher price tag. They do have more economized guns in the $500–600 range, but this is a little bit more stylized. You have lightning cuts, sort of has the inox appeal that you would expect from SIG, higher quality high-vis sights. All your upgraded features. So you have really nice stippling on the front and back strap, extended beaver tail safety with skeletonized controls, lightning cuts all through the slide. This one is a 9mm. Just balances. It's much lighter weight. Sights are awesome. Let's take a look at that. Take a look at that trigger. Trigger's not bad. Reset's a little long, but a nice pistol. So anyway, what do you think about that one?
I don't see a mark on it, Chris. I'd have to say excellent.
I agree with that. That is what the customer said, so we are good there. Let's move on to the next one. What's in that? Comes with mag. This is a lightweight, stainless lightweight. Yeah, so this is a little bit on the lower end. Alloy frame being the lightweight series. Stainless, as the name would suggest. It is a stainless gun. Quite a bit lighter than the one I was just handling. Rubberized grips. Again, nicer upgraded features like the skeletonized controls and extended beaver tail safety. Upgraded, I think these are probably no-back sights with front serrations. This is, again, on the lower end of what you're going to pay for a Kimber 1911, so still good quality. Actually, the trigger on this seems almost as good as that. So anyway, very nice. What do you think?
I thought it was scraping the trigger guard. And that's just glue. All right, now that I've wiped the glue off of it, I would say excellent condition.
I totally agree with that. So we're good there, 2 for 2. Big thank you for selling us these Kimbers. We'll move on to the next one.
All right, next up, Chris, we have one from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Let's see what's inside this one.
Power through these. SDS Imports. Interesting thing about these, TSIS, right? Yeah, TSIS and Turkey, is these are a very basic representation meant to look a lot like the 1911 A1 that was used by the United States military in World War II. It has sort of the mock keys, fibrite grip panels, military style parkerization, all the A1 configurations like the scallops in the frame, the shorter trigger, A1 sights, this does have the wider Colt style hammer, but it's meant to give that sort of aesthetic. They are not super expensive. New, $400 or $500 used, quite a bit less than that. So for a really inexpensive price point as like a shooter or something to sort of be a gap fill or in a collection without spending the thousands of dollars you might on an original World War II era 1911, to some people this is a good option. So kind of put in the display or things like that, or just a fun range shooter. What do you think about that one?
Yeah, just a little bit of normal wear in the barrel, which you would expect. Can see that on a new gun. I actually would say excellent condition.
I would totally agree, and customer did say very good. So we're definitely good with that. So that one for you. Okay, Ruger LCP2, everybody's favorite. We've actually seen a lot of these come in over the past several months, which is interesting because it's summertime, and normally the deep concealment pocket guns like this are good sellers because people are dressing in lighter weight clothing, so they want something that's more like a pocket carry in case they go out for maybe a jog or they're going to the beach for the afternoon or something like that, where they're going to have on lighter clothes. So we haven't seen a lot of these come in though. This is the LCP2. They now have the LCP Max, which is a double stack concealed carry 380. Maybe that's why we're seeing a lot of these.
I think so.
LCP2 came, of course, after the LCP1, the first gen. So they make these in 380 and in 22 LR. So we see them both in both calibers all the time. They're very inexpensive, especially on the used market. So if you're looking for a backup deep concealment pistol for something that's going to be an occasional use sort of carry pistol, these are a great option for that. Great for going jogging or hiking for the afternoon or something like that. Very, very inexpensive. What do you think about that one?
Excellent condition, Chris.
I agree, and that is what the customer said there. Let's move on to the final one here. Glock Model 23 Generation 5. So the Glock Model 23 is identical to the Glock Model 19, except the 19 is a 9mm, the 23 is a 40. This is the Generation 5, which is the current generation that they're manufacturing today. It has such changes as a flared mag well, front and rear slide serrations. It has the NDLC ion bond finish, which is a little bit darker but more durable. It's got a single trigger pin design, 6-groove barrel with the target crown and the shortened chamber. I think that's about all the changes they made there. But again, lightweight, sort of middle of the road. People, when they're looking at a nice compromise between size, weight, and balance, they tend to go for the mid-size Glocks like the 19 and the 23. So there's that one for you. What do you think about that one?
Excellent condition, Chris.
That is what the customer says, so we are good with those. Let's move on to the next one. All right, next up, we have one from a customer in Maryland. Big thank you for selling this one to us. VP9SK, yep. And this is the B model with the push-button magazine release. So VP9 came out when the VP9 came out, like 6, 7, 8 years ago, maybe a little bit longer than that. Polymer frame, it was like their P30, but it is striker fired. P30 is hammer fired double single action pistol. Now when they came out with this, the price point was very attractive, brand new at about the $550 range, which was meant to compete with things like Glock and Springfield's XD line and Smith & Wesson's M&P line, which were really dominating the market about 8 or 9 or so years ago. The VP9 did exceedingly well. In fact, it's probably one of my top 5 favorite polymer frame handguns. It has an excellent trigger, very light recoil impulse, just an excellent pistol. Now they would come out with the VP9 SK version, which is the subcompact essentially. So the P30 SK is the same size, but again with the hammer on it. VP9 has little cocking wings here on the back, a loaded chamber indicator, comes with night sights, double stack magazine, just an excellent all-around pistol. So not much else really to say about it. A few years after it came out, they came out with a B model, which has a push-button mag release. The original ones have paddle here, which is more European HK style. So they did that, I guess, to conform with the American market, I would think. So anyway, what do you think about that one?
I would say excellent, Chris.
I agree, and that is what the customer said. So let's move on to the next one.
Hey, Chris, next up we have one from a customer in New Jersey. Thank you for sending this in to us.
Scar.
It's in an effing box.
It's in an effing box, man.
I can use that phone in my attaché. Look at that.
Man, look at that. This was professionally packaged. All right, sorry about that. We just had somebody walk in, so we'll get back to this. One in a magazine. 3 in a magazine.
X-Tech, metal nothing, spine back.
That's installed. All right. What we have here is a Zastava USA Yugoslavian Serbian ZPAP, and this is essentially the culmination of the better components of the Zastava Serbian Yugoslavian AK that has been coming into the country. First imported by Century Arms for quite some time, and then Zastava created a importation facility here in the United States known as Zastava USA, so they import their own firearms. Now being Yugoslavian, it's got 3 vent holes in the handguard. That's the quickest way you can identify it with the elongated gas system. It also has a 1.5mm thick receiver with a bulged RPK style trunnion, and it does have a lockable dust cover here. So really nice reinforced parts, heavier duty AK platform, which actually to a lot of people's opinion is the best sort of modern manufactured AK that you can get on the market for the money right now. Being manufactured abroad, everybody likes foreign imported AKs, and these are just some of the finest. So really, really nice firearms. Now, unfortunately, politically, it has just been noted that due to political tensions happening in Serbia right now, they are not going to be exporting firearms and ammunition for at least the next month or until further notice, while they get their sort of domestic politics under control with what might be going on with, sort of wartime conditions over there. So we hope the best for them. We would like to see these keep coming into the market, but because of that, they are probably going to be a little bit harder to find right now, but I don't expect that to be long term, hopefully. So anyway, very cool rifle. What do you think about that one?
I would say excellent condition, Chris.
I agree with that. Nice looking AK. Big thank you to our customer, and I think we didn't call it out. Did we say?
I don't think we did.
New Jersey. Big thank you
Yes,
for selling this one to us. We will move on, I think, to the last one. All right, guys, last up we have one from a customer in Arkansas. Ooh, that's two little rough ones. Fine line down. Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Smith & Wesson Performance Center. And a big revolver.
Big fun revolver for our PC audience, Chris.
Big fun revolver. Let's start with this Smith & Wesson Performance Center. Ooh, is it a 684? 629. 6-inch 44 Magnum. Wow. Performance Center with a ported barrel is probably what, 8 and something? It's going to tell us 7.5. 7.5 with a Picatinny rail on top. Man, that is awesome. Performance Center 629. The 629 is basically the stainless version of the Model 29, which is the famous 44 Magnum from Smith & Wesson. Does have tools, a little rail thing there. Does have the frame lock, unfortunately, and paperwork. Really cool. Man, that's awesome. It actually balances super well. What do you think about that one?
I think I won it, Chris.
Sold!
Well, she's been fired, but she's very clean. I really don't see any handling marks. I'm going to go with excellent condition,
I
Chris.
totally agree with that. That is what the customer said. So let's move on to the next one. The Big Fun Revolver from Magnum Research.
It's like the one Andy had in
Oh, single
4570.
action.
Yep.
Yeah, buddy. Is that a 5-round cylinder, it looks like?
Yep.
Is it a 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum? So they also make these in 4570. I know that. I don't know
Yep.
what else they make them in. 460 probably.
Yeah, and then they make it the shorter cylinder
The variation
version,
color.
like in 44 and on down.
Ah.
So they're actually two lengths of cylinder. This is the long version, 4570, now 500 Smith & Wesson Magnum. I believe they do 460. All the big Smith & Wesson X-Frame, and actually a much smaller frame. It's almost the original grips that would have came on here would have been almost like single action Army grips. Andy's 4570 had like the faux ivory on there, and it was a doggone handful.
Yes, it was. I shot that gun too.
Even with these Packmeyers on here, I'm guessing 500 Smith & Wesson is going to be a handful. But it's an awesome firearm.
All right. What do you think about its condition?
There again, this does have a few handling marks on it. There's a scratch in the back here we might be able to polish out. This one has some handling marks up here, some scrapes. I would put this one at very good.
Customer said excellent.
Got the marks
Yeah,
there.
a couple little marks on. Yeah.
And then on the frame over here, you've got the
Hard to see. There is a scratch back
Right
here. Hard to see. You can though in the right light. So
Yeah.
I would definitely say very good. But customer said excellent. It's fine. I mean, this is like 95% easily. So good, very nice revolver and looks like a lot of fun.
I think I need to shoot it to be sure, Chris.
Okay, go out to the dumpsters in the back. All right, Performance Center again from Smith & Wesson. Ooh,
That's an X-Frame
460.
460.
Wow, look at that polishing.
That's it. This
Gosh,
is the,
that's it. This is the coolest one.
yeah.
5-round cylinder. That's probably got more weight in it than a Glock slide.
Yeah.
Performance Center, ported barrel, fiber optic sights. This probably again 7.5 to 8 inches. I don't know. 460. Isn't the 460 on your bucket list?
Yes. So this one actually has the solid non-fluted cylinder, which is a Performance Center feature of the X-Frame. It also has this little place right here, which is for a bipod. And actually, there's a customer that comes in here that has one just like this. And he was shooting at 200 yards. He put a scope on there, and he said he was holding groups like that.
Is that Jim?
No, it was Colonel.
Oh, the Colonel.
Yeah. 200 yards. And then he has one with a 14-inch or 16-inch barrel on it, Performance Center. But, I mean, he was holding a few-inch group at 200 yards with 460. It's pretty incredible. Has the ability to shoot 460 Smith & Wesson, 454 Casull, and 45 Colt, all out of it with no changeover. So it's
beautiful,
a very, very versatile firearm, very desirable. It's on my bucket list.
And what do you say in terms of condition?
I would have to call this one excellent, Chris.
I agree. That is what the customer said. So we are good there. Okay, and then the last one, another one of them Kimbers.
Careful with that one. The case is open.
Careful with that gun. It's Randy's. All right. Last but not least, we have a Kimber Custom Shop Stainless Raptor 2. Wow. This was the one that started Jurassic Park.
That's right.
Yep. All right, 5-inch government stainless. The Raptors have this really kind of cool ovular cut type serrations. I don't know what else you call it.
I would call it dinosaur scales.
Dinosaur. Man, that was a missed opportunity that I just had.
Timing, Chris.
Timing is everything. Snake scaling on top, or dinosaur scaling. Dinosaur. Very cool. How fast do you think it can go?
Very fast. Velociraptor about 60 miles an hour. So the 45 caliber bullet about 980 feet per second.
So a little
That's faster than 60 miles an hour, brother.
Following. Oh, look, bird feathering.
Because the dinosaurs turned into birds.
5-inch government stainless with dinosaur scaling serrations on the top strap, as well as forward and rear of the slide and on the front and back strap of the frame. Extended beaver tail safety. Very nice. These Raptors, actually, they make them in the small, like micro carry versions as well. They look really good. They fit great in the hand because of all the scaling all over the gun. Don't really know what else to say about it. It's a little bit on their higher end of their catalog. What do you think about that condition of that one?
You had me at dinosaur scale. Very, very minor handling marks. I would have to say excellent condition. Chris.
Yeah, I would say, there's a couple minor handling marks in the finish, but they're hard to spot. I would say probably low end of excellent.
Yeah.
Especially out here, you can't really tell.
Okay.
And customer said, very good. So we're good with that. I think that ends us off with this episode.
Yes.
If you guys enjoyed that, please let us know by hitting that like button. Please also consider subscribing to our channel and hit that bell notification button so you are aware when we are posting more content. We're going to leave you off with a Velociraptor on this one. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. I am Chris.
And I am Randy.
And we will see you next time. So it is a used firearm. Woo. Okay. Hey, hot potato. Don't you be grabbing my ass with that, son. Don't you be thinking I'm gonna be calling you sir. How's the Velociraptor sound?
I can't do it.
John can do that.
Sounds like a dying giraffe, John.
That sounded Velociraptor I've ever heard.
That was pretty good, actually.
I'd be terrified if I heard that in the jungle.
Yeah,
That scared the shit out of me, wouldn't it?
I would.